Good morning, everybody. My name is Corporal McKinney, and today's block of instruction will be on how to orient a map using a lensatic compass. Today's overall risk assessment is low. I have the deliberate risk assessment worksheet here. Today's hazards are going to be fire hazard. If there is a fire, we'll all exit out the same door that you came in, and we will take accountability on the front grass. Trip hazards. There are chairs, there's tables around. Just be aware of your footing as you're walking. Try not to trip. Animals. If there are animals inside, if anyone was to happen to come up to you, just let me know and I will deal with the animals appropriately. So, today's task is to orient a map using a lensatic compass. Today's conditions. You are a member of a squatter team in a field environment and have been directed to orient a map in preparation for movement. You have a topographic map of the current area, a compass, and a protractor. The standards for today's block of instruction will be to lay the map in a horizontal position, determine the direction and value of the declination, and orient the map to the ground. Okay, so there are two ways to orient a map, and I will demonstrate them at full speed now. So as you can see, orienting a map with a lensatic compass is actually quite easy. So with that being said, we're going to pass out materials and we're going to get started. There'll be a roster coming around too. Please sign the roster. Okay, so the first method. The first method that you're going to use with orienting a map, you're going to take your lensatic compass. You're going to lay your map down horizontal in front of you, okay? You're going to take the left straight edge of your compass. You're going to lay that. You're going to find a north and south grid line on your map. You're going to align the compass to the north and south grid lines. That left side straight edge. And from there, once you get it aligned and it's in front of you, you have a reference index line. It's fixed on your compass. So what you want to do is you want to rotate the compass, you want to rotate the map and the compass at the same time until the magnetic north lies beneath the fixed black index line. From there, it's time to figure out your declination. So a compass measures direction using magnetic north. Your maps, you have to take into that. And that's where your GM angle comes in. So you find your declination on your map. For this particular map, it's down here on the bottom. So you want to take note of the true north, the grid north, and the magnetic north on that. So when you orient a map horizontal in front of you, you're now on grid north. And so when you look at that declination, you'll see with this one it goes to the left and it says magnetic north at the top. It also gives you a declination of negative 2.5 degrees. So, if your declination is westerly or to the left of the grid north, then you'll take 360 minus the declination or the GM angle to find out your offset. And so if you look at your declination and the line is to the right of true north or grid north in this case, then you add your declination, your GM angle. So what that means, with this particular map, you want to take 360, once you have it oriented, you want to take 360 degrees minus the 2.5, which makes it 357.5. I'll show you how to do that now. Okay. So again, we're going to take our compass. We're going to find a true north or a north and south grid line. We're going to align our left side compass to that. So now we're going to rotate our compass until magnetic north rests below the fixed index line. So with method 1, we are almost oriented. So now we have to take our GM angle and apply it. So with this GM angle being negative 2.5, we take 360 minus the 2.5, gives us 357.5. So we want to continue to orient our map until 357.5 degrees rests below the fixed index line. For method 1, you are now oriented. Okay, so method 2. Method 2 requires a protractor. So you line your protractor up on the north and south grid lines. You know your declination is negative 2.5 degrees or 357.5. So on your protractor, find 357.5 degrees, make a mark. From there, we're going to draw our line. Now you'll take your compass, and instead of lining it up on a north-south grid line, you're going to left align that straight edge up to the mark that you've made. And from here, we're going to turn both the compass and the map at the same time until the magnetic north of the compass lies directly below the fixed index line. And in method 2, your map is now oriented. So the biggest thing to remember between both methods is method 1, you have to account for the GM angle as you're orienting the map. Once the magnetic north stops underneath the fixed index line, continue to orient the map to take into account of the GM angle. Method 2, you're taking the GM angle into account by making a mark on the map. So once you put the mark on the map and you align your compass to the GM angle and orient your map so that the magnetic north lies below the fixed index line of the compass, you no longer have to do anything, you're now oriented. So now at this time, we're going to turn it over to y'all. I'm going to let y'all practice. I'll be available to help anybody who has questions. Just raise your hand and I'll come around. Alright, so now that we've had time to practice, everybody seems like they understand it. We're now going to take an assessment. So now that everybody has had a chance to take their assessments, everybody take 5 and we'll grade them. So it looks like everybody has been able to orient a map using the lensatic compass. So at this time, everybody is going to be given a go. So today's task was to orient a map using a lensatic compass. Is there anything anybody would like to change about today's class? Is there anything that they liked about it? Does anybody have any questions or statements at all about today's class? Okay. Today's risk assessment overall was low. We looked into fire hazards, tripping hazards, and animals. Did anybody get hurt? Okay, so at this time I want everybody to pass up their compasses, their protractors, and their maps, please. So at this time, class is now over. I would count my materials one last time. I would then report to their commands, my command, whoever it is that's supposed to get the stuff, their proficiency in this one. And today, since there was no no-goes, they would be trained. If there happened to have been no-goes in this, I would have had a block of instruction for retraining and reassessment for the no-goes.